This is Hunt Nebraska, the official podcast for insight into Nebraska's hunting and shooting sports community. Be sure to give us a follow on Facebook, our space for sharing stories, information, tips, and techniques. Now, Hunt Nebraska.
Welcome into the Hunt Nebraska cabin. We are in the spooky month of the year, right?
Yes.
Halloween's all going on, so we're all excited. But let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Let's go around the cabin here and say who we are and who we work for.
I'm Rachel Carlson. I work for Nebraska Game and Parks Commission, last I checked, and I'm the shooting range and sports coordinator for the commission.
I'm glad it hasn't changed. We would be lost without you, Rachel.
He said who he worked for. It threw me off a little bit.
You're right. It should be I'm the problem child.
You are. And who are you?
I'm Shelby Rachel, the hunting and shooting R3 coordinator for the National Wild Turkey Federation in partnership with Nebraska Game and Parks.
And I'm Kyle Gasson, the hunter education coordinator, and I do believe I'm still working for the Game and Parks as well. Yes.
All right.
Yes, we are. No, we want to touch in. It's been a busy time of the year for everyone here in the cabin, and for many of those getting outdoors, it's been very busy because we have a lot going on. A lot of seasons are open or soon to be open. We have lots of events going on, from mentor hunts to outdoor shooting competitions to learning workshops. I know we actually kind of laughed like, hey, this is our catch-up week a little bit because most of us are in the office, and as soon as we said that, Hershey, who couldn't be in here today, is across on the other side of the state working on another hunt. So I don't think there'll be a time anytime soon when all of us are going to be in the cabin again. But
Right
we'll
before
see.
Christmas.
It's because you said it out loud. Everybody had to scatter for the
Run!
I mentioned, hey, we're going to do a podcast. Run! Who has the best excuse?
Well, being on the other side of the state is a pretty good excuse.
Yes, it is. So, but as mentioned, we have a lot of different seasons going on, and I thought today would be a good time just to sit around, figure out what's all happening, and then do maybe a little catch up of some of these big events we've been at, and then maybe even play a game around here at the end of it. So we have kind of a lot of stuff to kind of go over because, like I said, it's busy time of the year. And so I already forgot who assigned what to do what topics already, but I believe, Rachel, were you doing big game on what's all going on?
I will just read off my handy list that I've got in front of me because otherwise we're just going to get lost.
Yes.
All right. So we have open seasons for big game. We have archery deer, and I've seen some posts online for some success with archery deer already. That's looking pretty good. Antelope for multiple methods of take. Bull elk. I've seen a lot of bull elk photos out there as well with some impressive down game. And all right, and then the early antlerless elk has been open for quite a while.
It has.
So
That's actually coming up to a close here at the end of the month, to my knowledge. So, yeah, so there's some big game species going on. So for those who are already out there enjoying, congratulations to those who already harvest something. There have been some nice animals already taken.
and if you want a shout out and you haven't been able to get a shout out on social media, send us your stuff and we'll get you a boost.
Yes.
If you want to brag.
Love to see the pictures come in. They're fun to see. Makes me a little jealous at times, too, that I'm not out there doing it myself.
Yeah, that's the problem. But we'll still be gracious and we'll still share.
We want to share as many as we can. That's the fun part about the hunting community. Since we have our NWTF position here,
Holding a duck.
holding a duck,
Are you a little confused?
No.
Okay, good.
well, do you want to
I
talk?
appreciate all birds.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about ducks or do you want to talk about turkeys first?
Turkeys first. I feel it comes with the job.
All right.
Fall turkey season is opened October 1st, and it goes until November 30th. So if you are still waiting or you see a bunch of turkeys around, they're usually in big groups right now. You can head out and get one of those, and you can shoot either sex in the fall.
Nice. You came prepared.
I know things.
Well, she's been thinking about it. I've been starting to make plans about when we're going out for looking at some turkey. Got to take that bow out. I didn't get any this spring, so this is my redemption season for 2025.
I didn't
To
get
get a
one
turkey
in
with a bow.
Nebraska in the spring.
Yeah.
You can't end the year on a skunk. You gotta
Exactly
get
right.
a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then we have a bunch of small game waterfowl upland species kind of going on. So I think I got voted to cover all those, because that's kind of, that's in the midst of what a lot of people are thinking right now, along with the turkey.
We can do the
season.
small game. You were voted for waterfowl.
Waterfowl?
Yes.
Okay.
All those zones.
Well, the one that I know you two have been doing a lot of this year, dove hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep.
So dove hunting's going on.
In theory, I've been out.
They're still around.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I see them.
Coming from the north quotes. It's surprising because usually they're gone by this time of year. But it is warm.
Yeah, they like to sit in town and taunt me from the power lines, especially when I'm driving into work, and I'm like, "Gosh darn it! It'd be nice if you were out of town when I actually go out there to say hi."
There's probably less dove hunters out. It's just not in their minds right now.
Okay,
No, probably not.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know.
Especially, things off your minds is, I know, focus for a couple of us. We went out prairie grouse hunting.
I saw 3 chicken
team.
butts out there.
Nice.
Chicken butts.
Prairie chicken butts.
Oh, I've never seen prairie chicken.
Oh,
We got to change that.
I'm working on it. I was out west all week working. Went out a couple times to get some Sharpies, but didn't get any. We didn't even see anything close. So
okay. I might be generalizing. They might have been sharp-tailed grouse. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to play along with it,
No.
but
Hey, it
if
was
we
the
were
first
hunting the
time I've been
same
out.
spot, and it's sharp tails there.
It is.
no, we didn't.
The phrase is funnier in my mind. It helps me remember what I'm doing.
90 degrees out west and did not see a bird.
Ooh.
It's tough when it's 90 degrees. That just is not fun. The views were gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun. And then, of course, the end of the week, it got cooler, and I was like, dang. It was funny because one, flew right in front of us, and I was like, wow.
Oh, when you were driving back?
Kaylin Miller, the CEO, she was coming over. She hunted with me earlier, and she was coming to help me with bow. And she said a sharp-tailed grouse flew right in front of her, and it was kind of like you said, the doves on the power line, just like, ha, ha, ha.
Yep.
Can't catch me now.
Well, I want to say I flushed 6 grouse, but 3 of them are with the vehicle, and then 3 were on foot. So.
Yeah.
And Shelby, was that your first time out in West? And when we say West, we're talking Panhandle West too, for everyone listening. So first time out there, what's your thoughts of Western Nebraska?
Can I move? It's so pretty out there.
It is.
The 12, my dog probably didn't appreciate all the prickly pear. Pulled like an 1-inch tine out of her paw, and she bled like a stuck hog. So fix that. She kept going. She didn't care. But no, it's really pretty out there. I think there's a lot of opportunity out there, especially public land wise around Shattern. I didn't realize how much public land was up there.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of public land. It's unique landscape compared to what most see when they drive through Nebraska. They're so used to that I-80 corridor, kind of, it's all farmland, but you get up there, you get your ranches, you get your bluffs, you get your large pasture areas. It's just a pretty scene. And then plus we do have trees in Nebraska. They do exist.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's also terrain. I like not just having flat ground all the time. I like to climb up.
Yeah, it's great.
Lose my breath at the top.
Well, I was going to say, those hills are great until you have to climb straight up one back to your vehicle. Were you spying on me when I was hunting?
I got eyes everywhere.
So yes, and the other good part too about that prairie grouse season, we do call it prairie grouse because we both include sharp-tail and prairie chicken. So that helps new hunters or first times getting out there and not having to worry. Is it a sharp-tail? Is it a prairie chicken? We know it's all in aggregate. So
thank you.
just
I
matches
need
up
that.
there. Yes, it helps it out there because sometimes even seeing it there just flying up in the air are not always the easiest to see, especially if they fly. Birds seem to know to fly towards the sun, in my opinion, all the time.
Yes.
Or maybe that's just my hunter excuse for everything, but hey, I'll use it.
Got to have multiple excuses at the ready.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes it's just not a good day.
Other of our, I believe these are called our webless migratory birds, snipe, rail, woodcock, and crow are all open right now. And then for our small game, we have squirrel, cottontail, and jackrabbits. So all the little critters are being opened up for seasons. And then moving into the waterfowl one, this is a one where you always have to be paying attention to your guide every year to make sure you stay up to date on when those opening days are, because they do seem to change and flex based on hunter request and through based on how last year went, future predictions, all those sorts of different things. So going on currently is Zone 1 and 2 of the duck season, as well as your dark goose and white front end, or your dark goose in the north central, white front and light goose statewide are also open. So a bunch of duck seasons are open, and then we'll talk about upcoming here in a minute. And then, are either of you ever been trapping?
All right, hang on. Before we open up
you
the
got something
traffic.
else?
Well, I was gonna say, so all those zones and units they're kind of, there's a lot of
Yes.
lines everywhere. So make sure that you're checking your game guide, or there's interactive maps on our website to make sure that you are in the correct zone for the season that you think it is, or vice versa, so that you make sure that you're hunting at the right time.
On Onyx Hunt too, you can change on your zones for like waterfowl. So for Nebraska, I go in and I put my zone so then I can see the lines on there as well.
Okay.
But always pair it with the state agency.
Yep. So make sure you're checking out those resources to make sure you know when you're in the know, especially for new hunters. And it's always good to double check that we are rezoning for next year. So next year there will be some changes onto your zone. So even if you've been hunting for a while, always check every year to make sure there's nothing's been changed and that you're in the correct zone and everything's ready to go for that year. Now I'll jump into my question.
Now trapping.
Yes.
So the question was, have either of us been trapping before?
For work.
I have not been trapping, even for work.
Oh, we did it for our waterfowl. When I
Okay.
was a waterfowl biologist in South Dakota, we had to trap a little bit. We had a coon problem.
Oh, okay. So, thank you for clarifying.
I was really going like, oh, that sounds like a very cool story about how you trap waterfowl. I'm going to see what this is all about.
No, we had a coon problem.
Okay.
So we trapped the coons.
So, well, our fur harvest seasons are opening up here. We have hunt only right now. So for those who like to go calling for your raccoons, you can go ahead and do that. That also includes possum, and the skunks open year round. So you ever get those skunks that are bugging you, that's a year round season. And if you get them, you can show the picture of them. Just please don't bring it anywhere to any of our offices. I don't think anybody really wants to enjoy that smell.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, that probably goes for most of not that other game smells bad, but we probably don't need to see any of your stuff in person at our office necessarily. We just appreciate the pictures.
Pictures are the best way.
Yep.
And then, so that covers everything that's open right now. So I said the hunting for the fur harvest is going on, but however, our trapping has not. And so I think might work reverse order on our way back through here. So I might make Rachel twitch over there by reading upside down a little bit and go into the fur harvest
from the
section there, bottom up.
Well, I could read it upside down too.
Oh,
See
okay.
how that goes.
Because trapping season does start November 1. And so just about all your fur-bearing animals, which is beaver, muskrats, badger, raccoon, possum, weasel, red fox, gray fox, and otter, all open November 1. The one exception would be your bobcats, which doesn't open until December 1. So if you're into trapping, I know November 1's a big kickoff. We like to wait for those pelts to get a little bit fuller before you start trapping, so we wait a little bit longer for those colder weather to hit. And for waterfowl, zones 3 and 4, as well as the rest of the dark goose seasons, zones 3 and 4 open October 25th. Dark goose opens 3 days later on October 28th. So there is a little bit difference on when those dates are, so pay attention when you're going out hunting that you know that you have to wait a couple more days to shoot those geese if you are out there in the blind hunting ducks.
For waterfowl, we should probably mention that they select tier 1 or tier 2
Yes.
in their hip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Because it is different.
absolutely. Hopefully you've been listening to our previous podcast. We dove in quite a bit on that. But if you want to choose what your limit is or before you go hunting, you need your hip number to go waterfowl hunting. And you select, you want tier 1, your 6 duck bag limit, which has multiple different species requirements. So you can only shoot, let's say this year, so you can shoot 3 pintails. You can only shoot 5 mallards, no more than 2 bean hens. So it goes by species and by sex ID for some. So pay attention to that, or you can go tier 2, and that's 3 ducks, any species, any sex. So a little bit easier to keep track of and follow through. You get a few less, but it also works out that you don't have to worry, is that a canvasback flying in? Is that a pintail? Is that a mallard? That's a little teal coming in. Okay, what it is, as it comes flying in, you already know what it's going to be. And then what do we have? Oh, I'll make you do the small game Here, Shelby, I'm going to throw a
It's looking at
wrench in your
you,
side.
not at me.
Yep.
Small game. What
Yeah,
do we got
small
going on?
game. There is a couple season dates opening up here, which will be our upland seasons, and I know you're excited about
Oh,
these.
yeah. I don't even need to look at that.
Why were you checking it?
Well,
I didn't know what we were
it's small
talking
game
about.
fits under uplands underneath small
See,
game.
I don't think upland is upland. Small
Mm-hmm.
game, little squirrels making fun of you all season.
Yeah.
I guess the only one I didn't know was October 18th through the 19th is the youth pheasant quail partridge mentor hunts with PF.
But that's
So-
just it's a small youth season.
Yeah.
right?
It's a
Yes.
small youth season, so you don't have to be part of a minter hunt during that time. But however, that is a lot of minter hunts. So if you were looking for minter hunts, Pheasants Forever does a ton of pheasant minter hunts. Some have already happened, and then a few are coming up. So
They have a lot coming up.
yes,
Yeah.
they do a ton. Nebraska's one of the larger ones that we get to have the most events compared to some other states. I wouldn't say the most, but a lot of events.
Yeah, if you look up the Nebraska Pheasants Forever and Quail Forever site, they have all those events listed on their calendar. And so if you can pull that up and see which ones are in your area, there might still be some that have some spots open if you're
Yes.
looking for a spot to take one of your kids.
My favorite season, October 25th, pheasant, quail, and partridge open. I'm here for the little guys. I'm so excited.
Still looking for
quail
that
season.
upland slam.
Yeah. You know, the sharp-tailed grouse really put it to you at the beginning. They were like, you're so excited about it, and then you go, and the sharp-tailed grouse just stump you, and you're like, wow, this is going to be harder than I thought.
Just sounds like you have to make another trip.
I do. I really do.
I think there's still time to hit
Oh, yeah.
mid to western Nebraska for something like that.
You should just plan a trip out to Western Nebraska and just try to get all 4 in one day.
It's only
boy.
3 hours to Broken Bow from here. It's
Has
not bad.
anyone done that? All 4 in one day?
I thought I have to go back and look. I thought it was close. I know they've definitely had people who got 3 in one day.
That's insane.
Now I've known people who on opening day gets their sharp tail and prairie chicken on opening day of grouse season, and then opening day get their pheasant and quail.
Damn.
I've heard those.
They've been around a while. They know where to go.
Yeah, they have the exact spot picked out.
They're
Yes.
like, this spot every year.
But yes, so working your upland slam, you can complete that there starting October 25th. And then big game, we have some of the one of the busiest seasons of the hunting season here in Nebraska with our deer seasons coming up. So what are those dates, Rachel?
So November 15th through the 23rd, we have our deer rifle season, which is 9 days. And that's like when people think of hunting season in Nebraska, typically that's the main season that people think of. Sorry, Shelby.
Oh.
I think it's referred to as the Orange Army appears
Oh,
that
yeah,
week.
Yep. We
Yep.
have that in Minnesota.
Well,
Although there is the Orange Army for pheasants in South Dakota because on opening day it is orange everywhere, and then like a couple days later it all disappears.
now, is Minnesota the same thing? You can't plan anything around deer season. You have to make sure that's off. And like
Yeah.
if there is any big events like a Minnesota football game, it gets less attendance because everybody's out deer hunting instead.
You know, I don't look at the statistics of that, but I would believe it.
That's a pretty common between, Minnesota, Nebraska's the same. I hear it all the time too when I hear Wisconsin football. That's like
Oh,
a strategy you want
yeah.
to schedule them at Wisconsin during their firearm season because their crowd's going to be less because everybody's going to be out rifle hunting
Yeah.
during that time. So
I feel like most people, when it comes to the Vikings, they'll go hunting in the morning, the afternoon, and like plan around the football game so they can
Yes.
get both in. Minnesotans are diehard Vikings fans.
Hey, all you got to do is be, vigilant on your schedule, and I think you can make it work.
No naps.
Yep.
Honestly,
ooh.
you can plan it out. You watch the beginning kickoff, and then take a nap and wake up at the end.
Perfect.
You still watch the game. You got the notes you needed at the
Yep.
end. You're like, oh yay, we won, and to the field.
You mean you don't sneak out during halftime to go see if there's anything walking around the backfield before you go back in to watch the second half?
No.
Oh. Maybe speaking of that from previous Husker football games.
Hey, it's a totally different game in Nebraska. I feel like everybody's at that football game.
It's their
And their
largest
best
city in
friends.
Nebraska. All right. So, yeah, we have that 9-day firearm deer season opening up there in about a month, about so. And then right before that, we also have that special landowner deer season for that rifle season there. So, like I said, there's a ton going on and about to go on. And it keeps all of us busy because we were trying to get all these programs done right beforehand. It feels like I know one of the biggest requirements and needs that everybody needs for any of these huntings is hunter education. And as I'm sure you two can attest, my phone rings probably more than it needs to ring, it sounds like.
This morning was insane. My office is right across from Kyle's, and it was like phone call after phone call. I was like, dang. I'm not important.
And those are the direct phone calls because he gets lots of messages too from folks that are ending up somewhere else and then need to get forwarded to you. So
as you can tell, Kyle's your guy to go to.
Yes, I deal with a few phone calls from time to time. I think I said yesterday I worked a total of 5 hours, 2 hours of which I was on the phone, just helping whether it's instructors or students throughout the program. So that's what I'm here for.
I was going to say, I mean, how else are you going to get folks in the right classes or have classes to have available for folks to come in to learn? So that's what we need. Thank you, Kyle.
So happy to do it. I do sometimes pawn things off to some other people to, hey, can you help answer a few of these phone calls so I can kind of get some things done? But no, it's been, like I said, it's a busy time. We're still kind of right at the peak of Hunter Ed. A lot of our classes, we have most of our classes wrap up here towards the end of October. So get on our website at huntsafenebraska.org. So that way you can find out where a class is near you, or if there's not a class, you can still sign up on our notification system that allows you to be notified when a class is in a nearby community for you. We have different types of courses. We have a combo course for bow hunter and hunter ed. You can take it all in one in-person course over probably 3 days. 2 or 3 days. Otherwise, we also have just a firearm class that 8 hours go through all in person. If you're 11 or 15, we have a hybrid option where you can go online, take an online course. Afterwards, you just have to attend a 2-hour hunt safe session. So 1 day, 2 hours, review material of everything, make sure that you can answer any questions you have. It does all that fun, interactive lessons and activities that you normally think in a hunter ed class. Crossing a fence, maybe being able to put on a fall arrest system, or just passing a firearm, shouldering a firearm, working the actions of firearms that you're not familiar with. They're a great chance for you to get all those hands-on activities. So 11 to 15, they can do the hybrid option as well. So if you're a little more time limited or can't make it to an actual in-person class in your area. And then if you're over 16, we do have an online course that when you complete that, you will be certified right after that. So we have a lot of options. Make sure you get out there and find those courses because we had a lot of courses going on in September, and then we have a lot of courses in October, and then they really start to die down because, surprise, surprise, our hunter ed instructors are big hunters themselves.
Yep.
And as you hear all these different seasons opening up, they want to go out there and enjoy it themselves. So we appreciate them because they donate. I was just talking to one instructor who says he spends 20 hours just setting up the class before he even starts teaching it every time. So, I mean, we're talking 20 hours for that, plus then another 8 hours of teaching it, plus his drive time back and forth. He donates a lot, and that's just one instructor. We have hundreds of instructors who do that for us, and so I'm really appreciative that these are volunteers donating their time out of their day to help out. So if you're interested in helping out, it doesn't have to be that full 20 hours. Even if it's just a couple hours here and there to help out your local class. You can also get a hold of us here. Go to that huntsafenebraska.org, and it has information to become an instructor there as well. So it'll be a great chance you help your community to help. One, you always learn a little bit more about hunting when you need to teach a class too, and then helping whether the future generations be safe hunters. But there's I'm on my soapbox up here, and I'm just like, I'm a little passionate about my job.
Maybe just a little bit. I was going to say, yes, total agree on if you want to know whether you actually truly understand something, try to teach it. And then the more instructors that we can get out there, the better. That dedication from that volunteer base is huge, and we appreciate them so much. But if you're struggling to find classes in your area, that new instructor, it might be you. We might need you. And definitely, if you're not thinking about getting that 100 class right now, you should be, because time's getting short if you're planning on taking somebody out for that November firearm season.
Well, not just for hunting. There's also trap season.
Yes, I was just talking to somebody about that this morning. I think Rich or Shelby overheard that conversation of trying to find their hunter ed and can't find their son's hunter ed, and was so thankful he got it because Saturday, hey, I'm going to a shoot on Saturday. So getting those those. Another person, even for those going out of states, got to plan that ahead. You got to have hunter before you go to the other states. So I have a lot of people getting it here in Nebraska because our hunter ed here in Nebraska is good in all 50 states. So when I complete hunter ed here and you're going to go hunt in Colorado, which is requirements, then you'll have it when you head over there and don't have to take another class. It's all taken care of.
This is a good reminder that we're very busy, so don't wait till the last minute to call Kyle and be like, I need this right now. It's like, maybe give him a couple days to get back to it.
Yes. It is not all just me. Like I said, we have a team of people who try to keep us up to date on it, but if they get something they can't answer, it does sometimes come down to me. So I try my best.
Gonna say you can usually find stuff very fast if they've already taken their hunter education class. It's the you haven't taken it yet and you are trying to like squeeze an 8-hour class into before you go out into the field, where it becomes, and then it takes a little bit for it to upload into your profile. That's where sometimes we can run into a time crunch.
Yep. So that's one. I know we have a few classes kind of planned right before firearm season, but there's not a lot of them. So because obviously right before firearm season, we should be doing some of the things to prepare for firearm season for the instructors themselves, or getting some other things, getting like sight-in days.
Yeah, they got to go scout. They got to sight in their rifle. Exactly right. So that does naturally go into that discussion about sight-in days. So if you haven't seen our press release or on the Hunt Nebraska Facebook page, there are a number of ranges across the state that are offering rifle sight-in days, specifically so folks can go out and get their rifles tuned in before they head out for November firearm season. We want to make sure that you have the best chance of success. And even if your rifle's always behaved in the past, it's usually good to run a couple shots through it just to make sure that something hasn't come loose. You didn't bump it when you were loading it in or out of the safe. Seals on your scope do age, and some of your optics can actually degrade over time. I've seen screws come loose. Maybe you ran out of ammo and you don't remember kind of what your grain load was last year and you get something different. You want to still make sure that you're at a good zero for what you're wanting to do.
So yes, the website there has a list of a bunch of different ranges across the states, the times that they're open. Some might have a nominal fee to them. Some do have restrictions on how large of a caliber, or might also have a list of how long of a range they do have. So check that out to make sure get in before the deer season. Don't try to be calling around trying to get your rifle sighted in that Friday and then go hunting Saturday morning. So planning ahead helps make things go a lot smoother.
It does, and sometimes there's just not a longer yard range available the day before the season opener. Or you might find that you have a problem and you need to buy like a new scope or something. Oof. It's harder to find the day before.
Well, and Rachel, you worked here at the Chirpin Outdoor Education Center. How busy is those last few days before rifle season?
Very. And we only have a 25-yard range. So you can, if you have a trajectory information on your bullet, you can kind of rough it in, but it's really better to get it done at the actual zero range that you want. So you might be waiting for it.
But, going with that issue is like, yes, I know that day is a very busy day here in the office, and there's also only, how many lanes?
10
lanes. So you might have to wait your turn there for a little bit. So if you can get in early, check out that list of ranges and get that rifle sighted in. And Rachel, I want to pick on you again because here end of last month, you and I had the opportunity to head out west where we maybe did a little grouse hunting while we're out there. But the main reason we were out there was the Pressy Smallbore silhouette shoot going on. So can you give us a little information on what it is and how it went?
So that's the annual youth in Smallbore. It's such a long title. Sometimes I mess it up. Nebraska Annual Youth Smallbore Silhouette Invitational. There we go. I got it out. It was the 49th one. We'll have the 50th next year.
Big 5-0.
Oh, yeah. The big 5-0 is coming up next year. And so that is our annual rifle shoot. It's for smallbore rifle, so 22 caliber, not your 17s. I'm sorry, 17s. They might just go right through those little metal targets. And so we're shooting 40 targets, 10 at different distances. So you have these are in meters. So forgive me. It's 40, 60, 77, and 100 meters that we're shooting at. And we have kids that have completed hunter education from across the state that have not graduated high school come on in and they compete for trophies and awards. And it's just a great day out in the Oconto Broken Bow area.
Yes. That's number one question. They hear Pressy and like, okay, where's Pressy? But yeah,
That was me.
Yep.
it gets you out there to, like I said, beautiful country. The same story goes up when I was asking Shelby, what do you think of? It's just, especially this year with how much moisture they got out there. Everything was still green. It was lush.
It was easy to set up because of that.
Yeah. It was only took a couple swings of a hammer to get those staked in versus you feel like your ears are ringing for how many times you've hit these metal stakes trying to get them in to set up the targets. So, yes, it was a great experience. And then we had a good turnouts. I know
it was a little lower than last year, that's for sure. I think last year we were close to a record. Don't quote me, I think it was like 78 or 79 kids. Mm-hmm. This year was a little bit under 60. So if you know kids that are, crack shots with a rifle or want to learn how to shoot a .22 rifle at distance, so when they shoot, they are standing up. They're not resting off of anything. Right. This is all just on your own. But different types of rifles, some of them have open sights, some of them have scopes, all different action types. We've got bolt, semi-auto, lever, a few of those lever actions out there. Those are fun to watch. And they're put in different categories, so you're not always competing. Right. The scope versus like the open sights, that's a little rough because open sights are tougher to use on those silhouettes.
Especially at 100 meters.
Yeah. So they're put in different categories for different trophies. But it's just, it's great to see all those families coming together. It's a tradition for a lot of folks. There's a lot of parents or coaches that have competed in this event because we're at the 49th one that are bringing their kids and grandkids out there.
You calling them old, Rachel?
I'll call myself old. I went out there and shot it when I was 12. That's why I had to have my hunter education. Okay, so it's great. It's just a wonderful way to spend the day and put the skills that you've learned in hunter ed or at the range to use.
Absolutely, and some of those kids, they had all different levels there. We had first-time shooters. So they're even get their own little section.
Box of ammo.
Yeah, they get a box of ammo. That's right. They do all get all new shooters get a box of ammo to going out there, but then they also all get to compete for the new shooter award. So shoot those. So like I said, but then we also have the overall champion too, who was a repeat.
Yeah.
And
Gavin Carrizales shot 38 out of 40 targets this year. He shot 40 out of 40 last year.
And that's saying something because now I don't have the technique, the form, the rifle shooting ability.
Hey, you hit
Rachel.
The first one that we handed.
They handed me a rifle, and I'll be more like Shelby. I'm more of a shotgun shooter. Mm-hmm. So I'm up. I told Rachel, I was like, no judging on my form because I know I can't hold that proper technique.
I didn't say anything.
You did not. You did a good job.
I just watched.
You can tell I'm a shotgun shooter and I hold a rifle.
Was up there, and I hit the first one, and I tried to be dumb, but she kept encouraging me to shoot more and more.
No, you got to be like, I did it. Moving on.
He really was. He was trying to be good, and then I think there was also some other folks that were helping set up that came over and be like, you need to shoot more, Kyle.
Yeah. So, but no, it was fun. It was fun to do some shooting myself, but even there, I think I was about 3 or 4 out of 7 or 8. I was about 50%, which I was pretty happy with, and that was the closer targets.
Yep.
So, and like I said, and that the skill and precision, and those were the close targets. That wasn't the.
Yeah, he was shooting at the chickens. So the 4 targets you're shooting at are chickens, pigs, turkeys, and rams, and they're really kind of nice because the silhouettes, they're metal, so when you hit them, they make a nice ting sound and they kind of fly off the stand. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it so satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
How do students get involved in it?
So they have to have their hunter education, and then the rest of it is, well, do they show up and try their hand at it? Sometimes there's kids that do. Like they've done a little plinking at different distances. They know what their scope is set at, and they can come out and try it. And then there's other clubs that are able to actually do formal practices ahead of time. And they have their own home silhouette ranges and have some coaching and practice ahead of time. So if you're super serious about getting that top trophy, that's where it's at, is you got to put some range time in.
Yes. And some of those groups are 4-H groups,
and
some are just school town groups.
Yep.
And so there's lots of different ways, lots of different groups out there. And so, like I said, it's a fun competition. I know I need to get more and more. And my kids are still too young. I got about another 6 years. But I already see that being I might have to drag them along with me in the future to come to that so they get to shoot. And at least I get paid to go travel then to watch them.
It might be a little short. Well, yeah. I think 6 years sounds about right because we've got that stars and stripes that ahead of when they can shoot in a formal competition.
That's true. So I might be
partner up, because then you're going to have to practice because you have to partner up with them.
Yeah. Isn't there one award for
You tried.
You Tried?
We only
Oh
give
my
it.
gosh.
We only give that award out to the adults.
Okay, that's
for the fame and glory.
No.
Well, it's fame and glory. I think you have to shoot before in the competition.
No, not necessarily. It's just mostly for the adults who still
okay.
want to try their hand at it. They're not checking to see if you've competed in the
Okay.
past. Really, they're not.
You got it.
So, to adults that don't qualify for the actual trophy, team up and each shoot half of the targets. And there's a first and a second place, and then there's the You Tried award.
Shelby, coming out with me next year. We can try.
Watch us wipe it out.
I would love to see it.
Place.
We'll take you to the range. We'll get you kind of out of that shotgun mode and into a rifle mode.
It's a secret talent I have.
There we
Just
go.
don't know yet. There you go.
Secrets.
You don't know until you try.
Exactly.
I gotta experience it first. I didn't go out there.
Best way to experience is by doing it.
Well, she didn't get the whole scene. She wasn't out on the Pressy WMA experiencing that lovely breeze that we get no matter how calm the forecast
Was
says
a
it's
calm
going to be.
forecast.
What
And
are
we had to still
talking
stick
about
down
for a
all the
breeze?
canopies.
20 miles an hour?
Probably not quite that much, but you'll look at the forecast on your phone and it'll always say, oh, there's like no wind. And we're out there like, well, where did my hat just go?
It's an open area, so
It is.
Gotcha.
a slight breeze is still going to feel like a strong breeze there.
And then it swirls around because we've got the hills and the berms. So if you think that the wind's going one direction at your target distance, it's probably going the other direction closer up to you. So makes for an interesting experience.
Dang.
There, I should have took a picture of it, but we have flags out there at each distance by the targets to help gauge which direction the wind's going. And there's one point where the chickens, the closest target, was going essentially, I believe, west to east, so left to right in front of you. And then I believe right before the rams was going the same direction, but in between the turkeys and the pigs, it was just going back from left to right. So
Those
it
turkeys
is
be
somehow
crazy.
swirled. It's almost making like a figure eight look like in there.
Wow.
So yeah, fun wind.
Turkeys are frustrating whether they're metallic or they're the feathered kind.
Facts.
All right. We've talked about some of this, but I was hoping each of you could give one thing we need to finish preparing for or have ready to go before seasons take off, before you go hunting, that you should kind of know, hey, get in your mind now. So you can't say sight and rifle because we already talked in that one.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Rachel.
So
Still do
what
that.
is something that each of you think, all right, make sure we have this done. It'd be good to even get it done a couple weeks ahead of time before you get out there. What's some preparation, something that you always do or wish you would do every year and sometimes forget?
Well, I feel like there's a couple, because I'm like, okay, for this species, I would do this. For this species, I would do that.
Pick a species and go with
just-
it.
We'll
Pick one and
start
go.
with upland because that's the easiest. Upland, I always like to make sure that my dog has been training, and I've been training with my dog beforehand. Don't expect your dog to go 8, 10, 20 miles if it hasn't been training to go
Right.
8, 10, 20 miles, especially yourself. Like, as you walk, your dog always goes twice as much as you.
At least.
At minimum. So making sure that your dog is in physical condition for what you're going to do. Like, obviously, if you're going to walk 100 yards and call it a day, it doesn't need to work out that much. But if you plan to have your dog go a long distance, like I condition my dog, so 12, I usually will go a couple miles, like at least a couple times a week up to season. And then when it's season, she's not dying of, oh, I'm too
Yes.
large to get through this.
Especially because there's been some openers here where it's practically 100 degrees out, so hot weather, and then vice versa. It could also be like 30 degrees out too. So
Yeah. I think for waterfowl, my biggest thing.
You gonna let Rachel have a turn first before?
No,
you take
let her
over?
go. She's on a roll.
All right, we'll let her
For
go.
waterfowl, I always check my waders, because if you don't check your waders and then you go out and it's super cold, and then you're drenched the rest of the time and your hunt isn't fun. So there's that too. Make sure that your strings on your decoys are actually tied, because if you lose a weight and your decoy starts to float away, say goodbye to your decoy unless you want to swim. And then always check your shotguns to make sure they're in working order, especially if you don't shoot during the summer.
and
Yep.
make sure there might be a plug in there in case you pull it out for the
That
conservation order.
Yeah, make sure you have a plug. Otherwise, you can say hello to a nifty CO friend.
Yeah.
Rachel.
If you can't remember whether you plugged it or not,
But if
Just-
you have an over and under, you don't have to worry about it. There's my
That-
2 cents.
that does make it easier. That's for sure. I'd say I'll take turkey season. Yeah,
those kids.
putting getting my pack out and then making sure that all my stuff is in or near my pack is a huge thing. Because otherwise I have it and then I'm trying to find all of like my headlamp and my knives and bags for the game and extra layers and trying to stuff it all in there before I head out.
Do it before the morning of.
Yes.
I know I've done that a couple times the morning of, and I've been so frustrated.
Yep.
I'm like, whatever. This is stupid.
And
If I can't remember that I needed it, I guess I didn't need it. And then you get out to the field and you're like, I really did need that.
Then you're like, well, sticky situation here.
Well, and the other part too, even the night before can get frustrating just because it's like, well, it's already midnight and I still haven't gotten to bed. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. Like,
Might as well just pull the all-nighter.
yeah, it's just like if you plan a little bit more ahead, you might actually get a little bit more sleep. I know that excitement for the next days might not let you sleep, but still, it's
The anxiety about waking up in the
Opening-
morning.
Am I going to miss my alarm?
season.
I set 3 alarms and they're even going to go off.
Especially like waterfowl trips, that opening season, like opening day, that night before, I can't sleep. I'm like so amped. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the day. It's like Christmas.
Oh, I bumped your microphone. You're welcome. All right. What do you prep?
Mine's going to be tree stands.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
We
yeah,
need to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure this is now the best time if you're not an archery hunter. And if you are an archery hunter and haven't gone out yet, go out and check out those tree stands. Make sure, go set them up ahead of time.
Make
so
sure
they're
they
there
don't
for a
fall
couple
down.
days. If you did leave it out, go out there. You'll probably then need to go rechange out some of the straps or make sure all the equipment's still properly attached, that it's still there. I know there's sometimes a tree might fall down during the off season.
Or a
had
squirrel
that
eats
one.
your seat.
I mean, those squirrels they're out to get you during deer season.
Yes.
They're the biggest deer I've ever seen. You just the leaves, like
Yep.
every deer hunter can say that they're like, oh, here comes a big deer, and you turn around, it's just a little squirrel. It's like, dang.
And it's looking right at you. It's like,
Yeah, it even comes up the tree and smiles at you.
There's a little...
Yeah, it's like, haha.
But yeah, so get those checked out along with the tree stands. Also, your fall arrest system. So you have your harness. Make sure that it's still valid, not expired. Those do expire after about 7 years. So make sure those are checked out, and that you have all the equipment you need for it. The straps are also looking good, no wear and tear. Because if you do have to ever rely on it, you want to make sure it works.
yeah. And if you have fallen with it,
Yes.
it also needs to be replaced.
Yes, it does need to replace. Then if it's served its purpose, then you need to replace it. Because those tether straps there, they have special stitching on them, so that helps slow you down if you do have to fall down, and that will need to be replaced. So making out those tree stands are all set up properly, have all the proper gear, and also in the spot you might want, that the game trails might have changed, or habitat might have changed a little bit, and you want to change a different view. Or guess what? Tree branches grow like crazy around them, and they have to cut down all those branches again. You don't want to be up there with the saw making a bunch of noise opening morning.
My gosh,
So-
I can just picture that.
That or not
That would
having
be
a
so
saw,
bad.
and
Huh?
then not having a saw, and you don't have a shooting lane, and you're like, wow, what a waste.
So
It's like, I guess I'm going to climb down out of the stand and come back some other day. But with 9 days, you really don't have a lot of opportunity to do that.
exactly. So those are some of the things. So, well, we've covered a lot of topics.
Yeah, we have.
And you probably have always seen this. I always bug some of the other people in the office of podcast title names. I think the best way to call this one is October Madness, with how much stuff is going on.
Yeah.
I think that would make sense.
Ah,
Yeah.
Cool. I got the vote of approval ahead of time.
Yeah, that sounds
It's been
good.
very bad if it would have been no, and then okay, well now I have to find a new name.
It
but-
wasn't madness.
So there's a lot going on. A lot of seasons that are open. Some that are opening very soon. A lot of preparation going on. So make sure you're getting yourself prepared. If you need any resources or want to learn more about anything, check out our Facebook page at Hunt Nebraska. Or you can also check out our Game and Parks page. It has a ton of resources. If you're a waterfowl hunter, it has a waterfowl checklist there for you. We have the pamphlet, pretty much the updates on the pheasant population. Next week, we're going to have on our upland program coordinator, who's going to give us a kind of lowdown on what's all going on with the pheasant and quail populations.
Quail. Man,
So that
You're
was
excited
video.
about quail?
I'm
Get
so
those
excited for quail. You have no idea how bad I've wanted a bobwhite the last 3 years.
All right.
Here we go. And then here and maybe then in a couple months, we'll be hearing stories of Shelby's quail hunting excursions.
Oh, I will 100% have a quail.
Maybe
12's already flushed a covey of 20. Like,
There we go. We need to outfit you or 12 with a GoPro so we can see it in action.
can we? Okay, there's a meme or like a video out there of this dog that puts a GoPro on it or like in its mouth, like the stick, and the dog runs around while the owner chases it. I think I can get a GoPro on 12. That'd be interesting.
I'd
Go for
love
it.
to see it.
I need a GoPro, and then she needs a GoPro, and then we need to put the videos together.
All right.
Two perspectives.
Sounds good. Sounds like you got a
Promises,
project.
promises. Let's see it.
Hey, we gotta have it funny. If hopefully there's no bad language in them.
We can put beeps.
I must say, there's
Stuff.
been a few chances to use beeps or
As long as we don't have to, as long as it doesn't have to be one long bleep, we'll be fine.
I'll make sure.
Okay.
But yeah, so a lot of seasons coming up. And if you have any good hunting stories, any good preparation techniques, or anything you want to share of your harvests this season, especially those deer, or if you've been out waterfowl hunting already and you got some ducks, any cool plumage on your ducks to show, we'd love to see any of it. Or you're working on your upland slam and you want to share your updates and where you're at on it. We love to see all the pictures and maybe even use you on our page as well for some bragging or spotlights, as Rachel was mentioning earlier.
Share, not use.
Yes, we'll share. We're not gonna.
Borrow.
Borrow.
We'll boost your following.
Yes, exactly
There we
right.
go.
You'll be famous.
So make sure to like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook, download us, follow us wherever you get podcasts. Good luck this hunting season, and remember, we'll see you outdoors.
Hunt Nebraska, brought to you by your Nebraska Game and Parks Commission.